Quit going right or left, right.
Let's be real. Well, we say this a lot with the Mario series, but like if you're playing a game that everyone's played before, like you know what to expect. It's only adding the unexpected that makes it interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so here comes my story. How many minutes are we into the episode?
I'm glad I did that.
5 minutes in. So this guy I know, who I've known about, I don't know him like I'm not friends with him, but I know of him. I bumped into him some years ago in a Strange Music live stream, and he sent me a screenshot of his comment under one of Tech9's new posts, and it says, "Any particular reason why you dropped this the same time Rittz dropped his new album? Trav trying to keep the spotlight off him. Wondering why Big Homie Tech isn't on the new Rittz when I swore you said y'all still homies. Strange indeed."
Strange indeed.
It's again weird to me that he posted that comment and then was like, "Yes, I
got him.
I gotta show people this comment." So he sent me that, and along with a message saying "fuck strange music," with a weird emoji with dollar signs and vomit. And I said, "Never that, homie. Everybody trying to get paid." He goes, "Oh right." Now mind you, I'm doing a voice, so bear with me. Whoa! Did y'all see that? Oh right, Septech been paid, and Trav paid even more. We all shame Cuddy for leaving back Calhoun, Melvin Calhoun, if you will, for leaving back when he did, but he really was trying to tell everybody they shady. Skatterman Snug too. Cess, man, the list of strange. I'm sick, by the way. Cess, man, the list of strange rappers that have left to quote unquote pursue own endeavors is outrageous. At some point, you gotta wonder maybe they were right, and the two dudes who can't keep anyone around more than 8 years is the problem. That label has went straight to shit. ISO was the only decent artist on there, and he about to leave too. Soon his contract is up. Oops. Keep riding that corporate dick, bro. Tech used to be for the people. Now he for himself. Dude ain't gotta lift a finger and be paid for the rest of his life. So don't talk about gotta get paid, bro. Fuck. The fuck? LOL. Don't talk about gotta get paid, bro. The fuck? LOL. Absolutely no punctuation. And why the fuck wouldn't Rittz ask Tech to be on his new album, but ask ISO? That's the big question. So I say, I think people assume too much. Cut wasn't my cup of tea, neither was Skatterman Snug. You join up with a dude who gets popular for making dark religious music and talking hella fast. You can't expect to get the same attention doing something different, which I stand by. It's like and I'm gonna make a point here in a second. And we can say, okay, maybe everyone has been treated fairly, but the quality of music is nowhere the caliber it used to be. That's ignorant. Like he's responding to the original message. That's ignorant because he literally got Mackenzie on songs and Mayday, who makes feel good music. To which I replied to him saying, why wouldn't he ask Tech to be on the album? Why wouldn't Rittz ask Tech to be on the album? Maybe this was them letting someone else have a chance to shine. Either Tech wants all the attention or he doesn't. If they're being asses, they wouldn't have let ISO feature. Nah, man, these dudes don't work like that, and you know it, LOL. That's ignorant because he literally got Mackenzie and Mayday. I'm replying to that. Mackenzie released 2 super different albums. She did. Mackenzie Nicole, aka Mackenzie O'Gwen. Well, Mackenzie O'Gwen, aka Mackenzie Nicole, released 2 albums. I forgot what the first was called. The second was called Mystic. What the fuck is the first album called? I remember what it's called. Yeah, but the second album's called Mystic. The first album is definitely like more of a pop R&B like love song, not love songs, but pop R&B shit. Really good album. Like if you like classic like mid 2000s R&B, it's off the tizzy top. It's off the rip. I fucking love it. The second album is more inspired by people like what's the name of that band that sings The Chain? Fleetwood Mac. What's the name of the chick who sings what's the name of the woman who sings with Fleetwood Mac? Just like the white winged dove sings the songs like she's singing. That chick. The White Witch. I remember that, but I can't remember my fucking name. Like that. Those were two very different albums. Both really good. Neither feel good music, because both albums have songs that basically relate mostly to heartbreaking bad relationships. The Edge. I think that her first album is called The Edge, and the second album is called Mystic. And Mayday, Mark, I don't know if Mark listens to Mayday music, but Mayday's music isn't exclusively happy, poppy, feel-good music either. Mayday's music is definitely on some like real life shit.
Oh my god.
The fact that
But
he's
I listen to Mayday.
yeah, and like all their music isn't like happy, like MC Hammer, like Will Smith style party music. It just ain't. Like this comes from somebody who has all of their music, and like up until like Search Party. I think it was Search Party. It might have been South of Fifth, but up until like whatever their last Bernz's second album and Wreckonize's second album, I got all of that shit. Like no, it's not the same. It's not all feel good music. To which I really, Kinsey released two super different albums, and the first and the last one was nearly 5 years ago, if not more. Mayday's music isn't all feel good. A good chunk of it is alternative and dark as shit. At least it was. After Future Vintage, it took a turn. I used to talk to Ben Miller, who is Bernz. No. That's Wreckonize. Ben Miller is Wreckonize. I used to talk to Ben. First off, he name dropped this dude, first and last name. Like he could have just said, "I talked to Wreckonize," or "I talked to Wreck." Nah, I used to talk to Ben Miller, which honestly makes me think that you're lying. I used to talk to Ben Miller all the time back in the day, and he told me the group were never happy with Strange, and only stayed because they were the only label that would sign them at the time. Now they've made a name, they're leaving, and he is too, and that's true. Several people from Mayday have left the group. There used to be 5 to 6 people in the band. Like there was two two lyricists, and the rest were musicians. Musicians that played instruments. And I think like now, like as far as Strange is concerned, there's only like 3 people left. But things happen. He said when he said, "No, man, these dudes don't work like that, and you know it." I said, "I don't know shit. I don't talk to them. Even if I did, I wouldn't expect them to be totally transparent about the money side of it, because business, you know what I mean?"
People don't like talking about their money.
No. Especially when you're signed to a contract, the odds that somebody's going to tell you the truth about like how unhappy they are is kind of like low stakes. Like it's high stakes, so they just might not tell you. But at the same time, even if they were to leave, there's still a good chance that they may, like, you don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Such as throwing inch nails, I told you.
Rather, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, but you don't burn bridges, because you never know. Like it could simply be like, well, I'm not happy here, I'm gonna leave, and then you leave and you can't find anything better than where you were. So as unhappy as you were at that one point in time, turns out it wasn't the worst case. It was best case scenario. Okay, he said, ugh. Tech purposely held people back during a lot of collaboration sessions and would take the spotlight every time, when that's not what a collaborative effort is supposed to be. But whatever, man. I said he was making people rap worse, making them rewrite verses. How do I hold you back when we do a song together? So clearly you don't know how these people write songs or come up with ideas. But when you're doing a collab, shit. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can reconnect. Yeah, hold on. I'm coming back. But when you're doing a collab, generally you're in the studio together shooting ideas back and forth. It's like, I know how I do it. So you're saying he's just sitting there not helping? So how you'd hold someone back in that situation is pretty simple. It's pretty simple to come up with, especially when people are in your studio. Which you ain't told me shit. I'm saying someone would produce content of a higher caliber and he'd be like, nah, we can't use that. Which sounds awful. Which sounds like a lie. And I told him to explain it to me. He was like, I used to be close to them. I used to be close to the label, man. I pushed away a long time ago. Along, not like a long, but along. And why do I always have to explain shit to people? You want to know the ins and outs? Go find out yourself, like I did. And why do I have to always explain shit? Because we are our own people with individual thoughts. Why not ask Rittz how he feels? Oh, right. I mean, look at ticket prices. I would like to point out that he just took a fucking left turn. And I don't know what the fuck we're going now, but here we go. Look at ticket prices. It costs almost $80 to see Tech in Georgia here now. I bought VIP for 3 tours for that price. You can't tell me inflation because I've seen bigger names recently cheaper. That's not relative. Like, I doubt WWE tickets and NBA tickets are the same, and I can almost guarantee you they're not. As a matter of fact, I can almost guarantee you, like, based on where you're going, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm not. But, like, let's say you were going
also, a lot of that comes down to, like, production managers saying, like, well, this is what people are willing to pay to see you, so like, this is what we're going to charge.
Yeah, and by all means, like, there are, like, artists who definitely don't do that. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's, like, Kid Rock, or there was somebody I learned about recently who actively, like, takes a pay cut just so that the crowd can come to the show, so people can come to the show for a cheaper price. He's like, how is it not relative? And NFL tickets are. And again, I'm saying that, like, if you're looking at it from the point of view of, like, I'm so sorry, this is bad content. Like, the video is terrible content. Like, I can't do shit about it. Like, I can't. Like, we don't know why the connection is bad. Like, we don't. Cause after this episode is over, I'm gonna, like, restart my Switch and see if that helps. But I really don't know why. Nothing else is connected to the internet. Nothing is doing anything.
Because the only thing I can think of is, like, maybe if something's uploading or...
Nah, nothing's uploading. There's nothing happening that isn't normally happening when we're playing online together. How is it not relative? And NFL tickets are. What he charges has nothing to do with what Rick Ross charges. Maybe like $10 more due to taxes. I've never been to a live show, no desire to go, so I can't really comment on the cost. Rick Ross is mainstream and has ties to major labels. Your argument is invalid. I don't know how it is, but okay. A tech show general admission was $25 at most, up until like 4 years ago. From Psychology to gotta look. Saying, like, are you considering venue? Same venue, up to N9ne. Prices went up $50. So you can't really think the prices. So I'm clearly about to take the piss. So just hold on. You can't really think the prices would stay the same. Have you seen eggs? Dude,
You're not wrong.
Music isn't eggs, which is possibly, like, proof that, like, between the two of us.
I don't want to be this person, but is he autistic?
No.
I say that as a person who's, like, probably
on the spectrum, yeah.
No!
Music isn't eggs. You're an independent artist who prides himself for being for the fans. Are you saying musicians don't buy eggs? Yeah, you're charging $20 an album? I'm like, well, CDs were never cheap. They weren't. Like 20 years ago, like a CD from Walmart was still like $15.
Yeah.
Like CDs were never cheap. Dude, you're ignorant and will stay a slave to it forever, apparently. You're missing the fucking point with idiotic remarks. I told him a strange pre-order can get up to $35 because they can. And it's not the cost of the album. It's more along the lines.
You get with it.
No, it's well, yeah, but because of that, the shipping and handling goes up. So like with a strange pre-order, at least the last few I got, well, shit, the last like 20 I got. You get a T-shirt with the album cover printed on it. You get an autographed CD booklet, usually some kind of sticker, and the CD. And depending on what it is, like depending on like the album or the release or whatever, you might get that extra stuff. So in strange order pre-orders can go up to $35. He said, "Goodbye, dumb fuck." I'm replying to you're missing the point with idiotic remarks. You're determined to be right and mad. I'm not trying to change your mind, but I don't feel like either of us have enough info to really dissect that man's business plan. I agree that it sucks that some of the quote unquote better artists are leaving or have left, but that shit happens all the time. And here's that point I said I was gonna try to make like 20 minutes ago. Mark, name a rap group.
The first thing that came to mind was D12.
Yeah, and who was the breakout artist from D12?
Eminem.
Exactly. Name another rap group.
I can't.
Okay. So I'm gonna start naming off rap groups, and I want you to try to tell me who the breakout artist was. Saint Lunatic.
No. You're asking the wrong somebody.
Nelly. Nelly was the breakout artist of the Saint Lunatics. Nelly came out first, much like Eminem did. Nelly came out first, and then he tried to bring everybody else along with him. Didn't work out. Like Ali dropped an album, it was in middling responses. Murphy Lee dropped an album, which was fantastic. No follow up. He wasn't happy with where his contract led him. Eminem again came out first. Had been rapping with D12 for quite a while. They'd released 2 albums on a major label that has a tendency to drop artists all the fucking time. Nothing happened. Busta Rhymes was a member of Leader of the New School. He was the breakout artist from that group. He left them. They won. Yeah, theoretically speaking, in G Unit, 50 Cent was the breakout artist. Like he was rapping with G Unit long before he got signed to Aftermath. But at the end of the day, it still was 50 Cent who was like the bigger artist. Lloyd Banks was a good lyricist. But at the end of the day, 50 Cent is the headliner. Back to Busta Rhymes, he left Leaders of the New School, created Flip Mode Squad. The majority of people from Flip Mode, they just don't draw a crowd like Busta Rhymes. Same goes with Bad Boy. Like B.I.G. was the headliner for Bad Boy. Period. It doesn't matter who you mention from that label. B.I.G. was the guy who, was the guy. Same goes for like NWA. The 2 main headliners from NWA were Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. At the end of the day, Ice Cube has released more solo work than anybody from NWA. Dr. Dre went on to become a mogul, but Cube didn't do bad for himself either. Like Eazy-E did pretty good, but his music was very specific. Give me a second. Same with Death Row. Let's be real. Pac was he wasn't the leader of Death Row, but when he was there, Pac was the headliner. Same with wherever Snoop was. Snoop was the headliner. Master P and No Limit. Master P was the headliner. Mystical was great. Silk the Shocker was not my cup of tea, but they were good, but it didn't really matter how good they were, simply because they weren't who people were going to see. Like, is Chris Calico a banger of an artist? Fuck yes, he is. But people don't go to see Chris Calico. They really don't. You don't go to a tech show to see Chris Calico. You go to a tech show to see tech. Like, you're cool with whoever comes out and does like the pre-show. Like, you like it, but you're not there for him. If you went to a D12 concert and Eminem wasn't there, you probably would be very upset. If you went to a fucking like a No Limit show and Master P never showed up, you'd be upset. That's just how it is. A lot of artists, very few artists. Matter of fact, it ain't even just that. Like, a lot of players leave the leave NBA teams because they feel like they aren't being respected enough, and they want to like have more of like, they want to be in the spotlight more. Same with like wrestlers. Wrestlers have left WWE simply because they felt like they weren't being utilized to their greatest extent. But the sad reality is, in most cases, when they do that, they don't get picked up anywhere else. That's just the show, yo.
In all my years of playing Banjo-Kazooie, I can say that I've never
played it like this, baby.
Like this.
I'm really trying to think of like other rap groups, or you know, and it was one of the reasons I always like I noticed that like rock bands aren't like rap groups in that capacity. Those rock groups tend to stick together. Now, I'm not saying that they all do, but they tend to. Because, like, let's be real. Like, your lead guitarist isn't wondering why he isn't singing on the lead, why he isn't singing lead vocals more often. Because that's not his position.
Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but, like, it doesn't, like, happen as much.
It doesn't. No, because when it comes to rap, let's be real. Like, what was it? With, like, Wu-Tang Clan. Like, Wu-Tang is probably like one of the only groups where, depending on who you're asking, there's like a best artist out of the group. For a lot of people, I think like the argument would be it's between ODB and Method Man. Like, but there's a lot of people who say Wreck and like RZA and all of them are like, no, that's the real like genius of the group. Yeah, it's very specific, but like they never broke up. But they definitely did do like their own individual albums. And I'm just saying that it happens a lot. And people tend to pretend like that's not what's going down. Rather, he's pretending like that doesn't happen. Like the idea of somebody being signed to a label for 10 years straight, like they're not going to get bored of just being there. Because with Cut Calhoun, I felt like Cut Calhoun openly acknowledged that he felt that because he felt that he was part of the reason that Strange had like rose to prominence. He wasn't at all. Like he was not the reason that that label made it. Like Tech was the reason the label made it. Like that's it. Like again, like I'm not a super duper Cut Calhoun fan. I'm not saying he can't rap. I'm saying that the music he chooses to make isn't why I come to the label. Like I like Nelly a lot, but like Ali's album wasn't really for me. There was some okay songs on it, but it wasn't for me. Now Murphy Lee's album, fucking yeah. And the same goes for D12. I like D12 as a collective, but Bizarre is a weird motherfucker. Like he doesn't make music. He makes avant-garde ass rap that like isn't for everybody, but at the same time, he's released solo albums. Like Bizarre is not a solo artist. Like his choice of like lyrical content, it leaves a lot to be desired. So you get what I'm saying? So he retaliates with, you're determined to be a blind and argue ignorant quote unquote facts about eggs, but we were talking about the music industry. Eggs went up this year. His prices went up long before that, but yet you want to use that as a valid argument? Like the price of eggs, why is his shit, like the price of eggs is why his shit's so expensive. Like how he used to have free live streams, but now you have to pay to tune into shit. It's cause he can't afford eggs. Don't be dumb, dude. Like, you know better than that. Why are you so mad at him specifically? I don't live under the impression that these people owe me anything. You're the one who keeps putting words in my mouth. I didn't. Or maybe I did. I don't think I did. You're the one who keeps putting words in my mouth. I sent a screenshot of a question I asked, and then you said fuck strange, and then you defended them. I'm not defending them. I'm trying to understand your anger. Where the fuck do you get anger from? Because I cuss? Mark, at this point, I was like, okay. This happened while I was at dialysis, by the way. And he said, I'm like, you said fuck strange. I was like, Mark, Mark. If I came at you and we was like, oh man, yeah, like, and he was like, hey, have you heard that Gennady Tartakovsky is releasing a new show? And I was like, man, fuck Gennady Tartakovsky. What exactly are you supposed to get from that? What are you supposed to get from that, Mark?
That you don't like Gennady Tartakovsky.
Exactly. Is that not how words work? Like, okay, I'm getting there. It's like, you're fucking, I was like, he's like, where are you getting anger from? Fuck strange. You're fucking delusional. If I said fuck you, you'd assume I'm bugging. Would I? Most people would. You like to speak for others. You like to speak for others often. Like he had no, like his argument fell apart, and now he's like, he's off the hinges. It's like it's something we all agreed on. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the fourth. Because this is like the fourth time you put words in my mouth. What was it the other day I said, and what was it the other day I said, and you bugged out thinking I was being racist? The fuck are you talking about? When in reality, you're just a sad, pathetic fuck looking for any reason to be offended because that's how it came across. Well, I don't remember reading this part, and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Maybe you thought you were someone else.
Possibly. I'm not putting anything anywhere. I'm extrapolating the missing data poorly, apparently. That's what it was. Fuck out of here, dude. I was like, all right. And I was like, well, as soon as I saw that, I was like, well, that's going in the video. Well, that's
I love the noises. Like the glitchy ass noises. Those are my favorite.
And like, I would love for somebody to read, like, I want to tag tech in this. And if by any chance, my dude, you've like somehow watched this god awful video, like, I'm sorry that like this had to be the background visuals for this conversation. But I would like to point out, one, it's not fuck strange. Like, as far as everything is concerned, I'm not a super duper fan of Maze 305. I think ISO is a real good rapper. But at the end of the day, in my personal opinion, which don't mean shit, I always felt that if anybody was gonna take over Strange after Tech retired, and it wasn't Calico, it would be JL. When it came to like performance, and I want to say beat selection, and library of words, JL was fantastic. JL by a long shot was like one of the only like artists on the label who could stand next to Tech and like give him a run for his money. Like, I mean, he would like, it's kind of like when you put Tech up against somebody like Crazy Bone, and it's like in your head, it's like Tech has to rap real hard right now, cause this is Cray Jack, your boss, we talking about. Like, even if you don't like dude, you know he's a heavyweight when it comes to like what they do. And that's not just rapping fast, but it's also like the darker material, the more religious stuff, and you know, everything Tech does, Crazy Bone was doing in a mainstream way, like back in the 90s. So the artists that they have on the label now, like if you're I'd say back what, in 2010, 2000, like between 2008 and 2013, I'd say like the pinnacle of Strange music was Big Scoob, Chris Calico, Cut Calhoun, and Tech and Lynch. That was like the pinnacle. It was a wide array of different styles of rap and different content. And like when Mayday showed up, and then Sesh showed up, and then Rittz showed up, and then Merce, like it got better and better and better and better. But you can't expect somebody to play to the side, play like to play the background role forever. Like if Tech was a part of a group, eventually, and he was rolling with Midwest Side for the longest. And let's be honest, like he was the standout artist. Depending on like what you were there for, he was the standout artist. So he would eventually have left. Every artist will eventually leave to
pursue other interests.
Yeah, to try to be the headliner. Eventually, that's what it's going to be. Everybody wants to be the headliner. And like, I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I am saying that just makes the most sense. Everybody wants to be the headliner eventually.
Like you start off learning your craft, and once you feel like you've learned what you need to learn, you want to move to the next step.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the reason why, like Kevin Hart said, he's like splitting his relationship with The Rock, because you know, eventually, like you're just gonna be the guy that is known
with The Rock.
Yeah, and like Kevin Hart is Kevin Hart. He's been well known for quite a while now. How many of these are there? Is there a reason to this? For this?
I don't believe so, no.
But you've been doing it.
Yeah, I'm just getting rid of them so they don't keep shooting at me.
Okay, so that was that. Again, I won't say dude's name. He won't see this, and if he does it, I don't fucking care. He can't. I mean, I didn't say his name, so he can be mad. Sorry. Oh my God, sorry. As far as you asking, does he is he autistic? I don't think so, but I will say he's definitely a recreational drug enjoyer.
Do with that information what you will.
Yeah, extrapolate from that all you may.